Hello and welcome to our weekly YouTube program that we have here at the Erie County District Attorney's Office. I am Erie County District Attorney John Flynn, and recently we've had some big news here. The state budget process in New York State has come to fruition, and it's been completed now. Every year around this time here in the beginning of April, the New York State Legislature handles the entire New York State budget. And for the past 5 years, there have been a number of criminal justice reforms and issues that have been part of the budget. This year was no different. And quite frankly, this year, there were some changes that, in my opinion, moved in the right direction. Let's, first and foremost, start out with discovery. Myself and my fellow colleagues at the New York State District Attorneys Association have been advocating and arguing, quite frankly, for years that we need money. Back in 2019, when they passed discovery reform, which took effect on January 1st of 2020, the New York State Legislature allocated no money to actually do discovery. And what happened is that we quickly learned that we needed more people in order to comply with the new discovery laws. Now, fortunately, I anticipated that to a certain extent, and I hired a bunch of new support staff on January 1st, 2020. What I didn't realize was that I needed more lawyers, and over the course of the past few years, thanks to my great friend, Erie County Executive Mark Polenkars, and the county legislature here in Erie County, they gave me additional lawyers as well. Unfortunately, the taxpayers of Erie County have had to pay for this, and not New York State, who should be paying for it because they passed a law back in 2019. Well, this year, finally, the legislature, with the governor's insistence, quite frankly, and I want to thank the governor very much for this, put in $40 million for a discovery fund to help district attorneys across the state hire the bodies that we need to actually do discovery. And so that $40 million, along with some other money for capital cost and for a statewide computer discovery system, which I think should be beneficial, is going to help us out a lot. So again, I want to thank the governor, I want to thank the Senate, I want to thank the Assembly for that money for discovery. In addition to discovery, there have been some changes to the bail laws. Quite frankly, over the course of the past 2 or 3 years, the bail reform has gotten the most attention. We see in the media every day talk about bail and talk about making changes to the bail reform that was done back in 2020. Discovery, on the other hand, is kind of more inside baseball. It doesn't get a lot of media coverage, but it really is important to us district attorneys, just so you know. Bail obviously is important as well. Bail is important to public safety. Bail is important because over the course of the past few years, we have seen some serious felony offenders get out on bail much easier than they did pre-2020. In addition, we've seen people not come to court. We've had a rash of people basically blowing off court because they know there are no consequences. In addition to that, we've seen an increase in repeat offenders. To be fair, not a drastic increase in a lot of areas, but in some areas, there have been an increase in repeat offenders. So the tweaks in the bail statute, I think is going to help. Do I think it went far enough? No, but that's not a criticism. I understand the complexities. I understand the passions. I understand that there are people in Albany who think that we as district attorneys want to get rid of the entire bail reform. I can tell you that is not true. For people who say that, it's simply not true. I nor the vast majority of DAs in this state do not want to get rid of the bail reform. We want common sense tweaks and common sense changes. And what we got this past week is a start. And so I look forward to having further discussion with the governor's office, with the Senate and the Assembly going forward now to continue to make some common sense changes and to do what we all want to do, and that is provide you, the residents of Erie County and New York State, a safe place to live, work, and play. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.